Welcome back to the channel, everyone. As always, thanks for watching. I've got an exciting one for you. I think it's going to be pretty helpful too. I'm going to meet Hunter Wilson, Texas Pipeliner 35. We're going to be competing in the adult welding competition at Republic Testing Facilities down in South Houston. I'm getting all my gear together to kind of see what the difference is between a single hand weld test or a rig welder weld test if you go test at a testing facility. And at the same time, we'll get to see where we stack up at the competition. Let me show you guys what I got in my box. This is it, guys. This is all I'm bringing to the weld test. Now, the difference between a single hand welder and a rig welder is very different. The rig welder is probably gonna have to bring their whole truck, all their tools, all their supplies, probably their contract work, whatever it may be. They've got everything on that whole truck. Whereas a single hand welder, they're pretty much bringing themselves their own PPE that they like, maybe a custom set of tools. Now, this can range from this size to a full toolbox. No, don't get it twisted. You want a lot of tools when you're already working. But just for a weld test, you don't need to bring a lot. You just need to bring the essentials along with the welding hood that you want to use. Got my Outlaw leather hood, my big window. I love this thing for a lot of stuff. But if I don't know what I'm going to be welding at this competition, that's part of the competition, is just walking into something. So I got my Auto Dark hood too, just in case they're going to put me in doing some stick welding. Or maybe the Auto Dark hood starts to crap out and it goes out and now I need a fixed shade hood. You'll be happy to have a backup. Believe it or not, I got a lot of goodies in this here little box. Pop it open. This is different than taking a test at a weld shop, but at a testing facility, they'll probably already have a grinder for you in the booth. Got my welding cap in here, got my bomber safety glasses, got those wrapped up in there. Don't wear safeties all day. Switch to my sunnies. Gotta have some headphones, man. Gotta stay in the zone on that weld test. Got my tungsten sharpener, as well as holds all my tungsten inside of here. Your basic grinding discs, flap wheel, and wire wheel, along with a cone rock to go with the grinder. Again, they'll probably have all these tools for you, but you never know. Custom Radical Ops TIG torch. I like my TIG torch, so I make sure it stays custom. I got my flaunty colors, and this is a real badass torch. Real lightweight. A lot of the testing labs will have a torch for you to use, but it's usually really stiff. And then I've got an extra bit of lead as far as a jumper in case I'm a little bit farther than the machine and the torch will reach. Came in 1540 welding gloves, kind of really good for pretty much any type of process. Blue Demon multi-pads in here. These are good to put on the back of your hand, or maybe you set your hand on, just in case we do any MIG, flux, or freehand TIG. I'm gonna want these. Welpers in case it's a MIG weld test, maybe Flux Core, Kleins, my wire cutters for that TIG wire. Always, always, always have a hammer. Another set of pliers. Gotta have that file. Half round bastards. The way I go, a couple crescent wrenches. You never know what fittings you're gonna need to tighten. And I like to keep this one in my pocket most of the time. A Phillips and a flathead, just in case. You never know, something might go wrong. You might need to change something out or something on the machine. Some Allen keys. These are metric and standard. And then I even have another different type of connector just in case my TIG rig won't fit the machine. I can use all the tools I brought to switch it out and still use my own grinder nut just in case. And just to kind of reiterate what this jumper is, it's just two connections, one male, one female, just to make a longer extension for whatever lead. Now, I also said that they were probably going to supply a TIG torch, and that means they'll probably supply the gas hose that you need. They'll probably supply the stinger that you need. They won't have a jumper probably, but they'll have these things. But I'm going to keep these, maybe not in my box, but I'm going to at least put them in my truck this evening just in case I need them. But I don't want to make this as heavy as I need it to be. Got everything we need. We're ready to head out. Should we grab our hood and our spare? Let's go meet Hunter at Republic. 6 in the morning, so you know we got to do the welder thing. We got to stop and get our monster for breakfast. I recognize this truck. What's up, Hunter?
What's up?
Did you bring all your tools today?
I brought the whole truck.
I got mine.
That's cute.
Everyone knows what I brought in my little box. You've got a full truck set up here. This is kind of the area that you'll probably test on most testing facilities.
Yes.
As far as a testing facility like Republic, this is pretty standard. It's nice setup. You got a lot of room. They got all their coupons and everything ready to go, so it's not like you got to cut anything. There's a lot of tools that you don't need. But what do you think you're going to be using today?
So my torch, typically they do have a torch provided for you to use, but
This thing's pretty light.
Oh yeah.
Very small. I mean, if you're only cutting some thin wall stuff, it's only like 250 wall.
Correct.
That's going to be plenty.
They got gas here. Sometimes you do have to run your own gas. Not always. It all depends on the particular facility that you're at. Because sometimes these things aren't done at a test lab like this. Sometimes it's done almost on the job site, like at the yard where we meet up for production meetings and safety meetings kind of thing. But I'm going to be using my own jack stands, my own welding machine.
Yeah.
They're going to supply rods for me to use. That's standard. You're always going to use a fresh open box of rods. I'm going to be using my own spacers, wedges, hammers,
A lot
grinders.
of hand tools.
A
Right?
lot of
That's
hand
the
tools.
stuff that they don't supply, like the little bit of odds and ends that you might need to fix something. You never know when some kind of a lead or something needs to be fixed.
Correct. Typically, they almost always provide brand new grinding wheels for you too. That's another thing you can expect to not have to bring, but bring some just in case.
Yeah.
I
Same.
brought a whole new box of buffing wheels, grinding wheels, and tiger discs.
Again, like you said, that they supply everything.
Typically.
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 If they don't, then you're boned if you don't bring it.
Exactly.
Like the bead hand.
Bead hand from the promised land. Come
You're
on.
going to put a hollow bead in it today. You got your setup out here. This is where you'll be pulling out your lead, stringing out. I'm going to show them where I'm going to be inside Republic. Typically, when you walk into a testing lab, you have this front window. So you'll walk in, check in, get your paperwork like your PQR, and then they're going to hang it up on your booth. This one's already got someone moved into it, but this is pretty much what a testing lab is going to supply for you at the booth, right? They're going to have your coupons. We found out that we're going to be running a combo test today. Schedule 40 TIG stick 7018, and then we'll be doing a 2-inch Schedule 10 stainless. They got the Stinger. They got a purge hose. They got a gas hose, kinda, that's already hooked up to a rig that I don't want to use, and I don't see that I can get it off. So I am going to undo this and use my own setup. That'll be something that I do. They got their own grinder. You got a couple hand tools if you want a grinding disc and a wire wheel that you can see. And I'm sure if we go ask around, they got a box of consumables somewhere that you can get in there and grab anything that you need. But they have all their stuff. As far as the coupons, they test so many different types of welders: heavy wall, structural, unlimited, your alloys, your specialty. Got a bunch of coupons over there. They're gonna have all the filler metal. Again, these things are usually equipped with all the machines, and the machines are typically banked up in the back of these weld rows. Now, this is a nice facility here at Republic, so I have seen some smaller testing labs that don't necessarily have all this set up. And then you go back here, this is where they're going to be doing a lot of their coupons. They cut their own coupons back here, and then they bevel everything, so everything's got like a machine finish. You usually get some really nice square, clean material to weld on at a testing facility, and they'll also end up probably cutting your straps for you. Probably not something that you're going to end up having to do is cut your own straps, and that's not what we're going to do today. We're just going to weld. We're all moving in here. We got Jeremiah over here from the Weld App. Jeremiah, say hi. What up, what up? He's going to be right here, and then I've got Mr. Luna over here next to me. We're all going to be competing. These guys are some good cats. They're new guys in the industry looking to come up. I'm hoping that we can all have some fun together today. Mr. Luna, what's up, dude? You excited?
Hell yeah, first time being here.
First time testing? That's awesome, man. This is going to be a good experience for you. I got basically my box and stuff. This is stuff that I probably won't need. There's that hammer. I'm going to need that hammer. That's going to be for fitting up. They gave us a WPS. You ever seen one of these?
No.
Let's look at it. Let's look at it. So this is going to be the first test right here. And then we're looking at the P numbers. That's the filler metals and base. This is all stuff that you really don't need to know, except this pipe size. We got 6-inch pipe, schedule 40. So now you know that we're at least doing 6-inch pipe, schedule 40, which they have all those in the booths already. So you can kind of guess. Now we're going to figure out the grade. This is what the material's made out of. This is the prep. It's going to be a single V groove with the groove angle being 60 degrees. This is all just the pipe, the piece of pipe that we're welding, right? It has no other information other than that. Now we're seeing, okay, welding processes. We've got TIG and stick, right? So root hot pass, first and second layer, all fill and cap passes, remaining layers of stick. So we're doing a combo test, and we're using 70S2 TIG wire. Runs a little bit different than S6, right? And same thing, we're going to be running some 7018 on top of it. So that really gives you a lot of what you know. And they give you, of course, the size rods that you need to be running. But this is essentially the recipe that you're building this weld to. Now, when it comes to the next test, what else we got today? We're looking at some, you see anything CRNI, that's going to be your stainless steel. So now we're going to P number. We'll look at the pipe size. Where'd that pipe size go? End of this group number, nominal pipe size. It doesn't say our pipe and schedule. I'm pretty sure they told me that it was a 2-inch schedule 10 test. We look on the back. We're using some 308 solid wire, TIG process, 332, all layers. So it's TIG all the way out, 2G. That's the stuff that we're going to be running as far as flow rate. You're going to want to back purge it, all that good stuff. It tells you what tungstens, all that kind of stuff. Yes, this is the recipe, right? So we know now what we're going to be doing. Yes, sir. You ready? Jeremiah, you ready? Yes, sir. So I did have to get my gas hose because the gas hose was like plumbed into this torch, and I don't want to use this torch. I want to use my torch. Of course, you can use their stuff, no big deal. Then I got the purge set up for our stainless, and everything else is pretty much ready to go. I'll use their stinger, their grinder. I'll keep everything pretty much on the ground. I'm gonna video the process. Probably gonna video all three of us while we're welding. I'm gonna set the tripod up and then just kind of see how we're all doing. Before anyone strikes an arc anywhere, we gotta sit down in a safety meeting and make sure everyone knows the rules.
There's a lot of good people here that are connected in high places in the industry and help you get a job, help you have the right welding apparel, help you stay out of the wind and rain. To utilize that for the whole experience. We've got a lot of stuff to give away. Everybody's got to come away here with something today. Welding hoods, grinders, trophies, shirts, hats, about anything.
We got the safety meeting over with. Now we can go ahead and get started. There's a ton of noise, a ton of people working. We're just gonna get stuff done. We're gonna start with prepping the pipe and then just weld it up. Got the old prep done, inside, outside. We're gonna be doing S2 root, 7018 fill cap. We'll get after it. So we're using some Miller CTS 280s today. We're gonna run in lift art. I hate that I don't have a digital display, but we're gonna try to shoot for about 90, 100 ought to be okay. So just right under 100. Make sure our leads are right. Hey Luna, don't forget to turn your gas on. Even now it's still getting kind of tight. It's tighter than I honestly like. But what size bigger now on each side? So you don't need a spacing wedge, you just need a little tap. Right, and then you get those even. And then if I do have a bigger side, I'll put a tack on my tight side, and I'll use the open side on my bottom, so I can backfeed my bottom easier. So now I'll put it where I like it. I usually like it, you ever watch baseball? Oh yeah. It's like your strike zone. Wherever a baseball strike zone is, that's kind of where I like to put it. I got my pipe fit, it's in place. Now I'm just gonna weld, guys. This is what it's like to test at a testing facility. You get tech. I'm gonna get this root in. Usually you're gonna call for the inspector to get a hold point. They're gonna check that root, and we're gonna put a hot pass in and all that. I don't know if we're doing any hold points today though, but we're gonna get welding. The booth is a little snug, so I'm gonna cut down some wire. Everything's just a mess when I weld. I want to try to backfeed this. By the way, I got my headphones in because I got to be vibing. Oh, why I can't see this wire right now. Killing me. There we go. I usually freehand that far and then switch to a walk. If anyone's wondering what I'm listening to right now, is SEA. I love her voice. I think this song is like If I'm Woman Enough For You or something, but I like it. My glasses are smoky. So far, so good. Gap's getting tight, gotta turn it up. Turned up the beans, we'll let the bead soak in a little. I'll feather a friggin' tack. Who needs to feather a tack? Get this grinder back out, soften this side because it tightened up. Softening means I'm basically gonna open this gap up so that this wire definitely gets in. Taking this kid's wire. Top is tight, bottom's open. I can do this. We're gonna go ahead and do this bottom. If I need to open the top up, I might just turn it up. Sure, I got some gas. Push a little bit of extra in the bottom there. A little hotter from turning up the machine earlier. Probably be okay. Just gonna switch to a dip technique where it's getting tighter. getting up to the top. If I'm getting too tight, I'm gonna open this up. Top blade, we'll turn it back down. We opened it. Stand up on it. Having a hard time. Don't forget to bring your flashlight. That'll do. What's gonna happen, it's in there, that's what's gonna stay. Let's turn it up for the hot pass. We're gonna go pretty hot and try to almost flush it out. All right, so we're gonna put the hot pass in. The rule is on the procedure that the first 2 passes have to be TIGged. It's the schedule 40, it's pretty thin. So I'm gonna try to hog it to metal, almost flush it out so that I just have to cap and stick. Only reason why I'm cutting wire down is because this booth is small. I'm gonna switch from my tungsten over. All right, gotta be careful with 200 amps on this hot pass so I don't pull anything back. Got a tungsten messed up. All right, ooh, I flushed the bead a little bit. That's not good. It is what it is. No matter what you say or what you do, and I'm alone, I'd rather be with you. It's getting hairy, I need to turn it down. I'm gonna check with the official, make sure that I'm putting my hot pass in the way he likes it, because I'm feeling a lot more than most people might. Can I get you to look at this just to make sure you think this is legal? Because I'm putting a lot of metal on the top pass. I only did one side because I wanted you to see how much I was putting in it.
Oh, you're talking about this?
Yeah.
Yeah, usually on this, you'll put a bead in the hot pass and almost flush it out with stick rod, or cap it off with stick rod.
Yeah, I just want to make sure it's set up so I don't have to do more passes, you know? Could I get another 1/8? How's it going?
Still got a little heavy on that spot that I repaired, but
What amps are you running?
at 100 even.
Okay.
So after I finish out this side, I'm probably going to go ahead, cut it back out, and do another.
Man, you get to cutting too much, it only gets worse.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you, sir. Oh, my hand is so hot. Now I've got you in my space. Sorry, it dropped right when I got done, so it's perfect timing. I got the hot pass in.
Well, you got the hot pass to go to 78.
All right, you got the rods anywhere? All right, hot pass is done. Come and get some rods. How you doing, bro?
Oh man, I had messed up on the setup, man.
Yeah, you see the edge of your bevels, you didn't clean them well enough. You have this like gunk that's real sparkly on you when you weld.
Yeah.
You're getting a good bead in it. You just gotta fight it. So try to, if you can get your wire in there, that's gonna be your best bet.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'll put it on the right and keep it as balanced as I can.
Yeah, keep it, like see how you're jammed up right there? That's gonna make it really hard to weld, right?
You want me to blaze over it?
Nah, if anything, you're gonna take a grinder and like soften it a little bit. Like, here, let me see your grinder. Yeah, I cleaned that up, now there's a lot of room. Okay, now we can move freely without it getting hung up. Just lightly grind it. You can't get carried away because then you're gonna get in trouble. Right now, I'd be running this machine somewhere around like 80, 85.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay, cool. Strike up, I'm gonna watch you. Got your gas on?
Yeah.
All right, hit it. So you have more room to float it around. Now you're doing great. That looks great, dude. Keep that up. Don't shove too much. Just keep it in there. Now stop, 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 stop. You see how you're shoving? Look what happens when you shove.
Yeah, big.
Go like this. Bring the wire across. Don't push it in. Okay? You can light up way behind that and let it pull back. We got the stick rod set up. I swapped hoods to the auto dart so I don't get any arc strikes on anything. 7018, the machine's all flipped over. Stick weld. I use my crescent wrench as a prop. I'm gonna try a 2 bead cap right now. Maybe 3. It's okay, it's gonna need 3. Oh my gosh, I'm so shaky. I don't know if I should run a stringer up the middle. I think I should just run 3. Sorry, bro, your grinding's contagious. Bump it down just a hair. This is gonna get real boring, guys. I'll check in with you guys when I'm done. Pipe's done, stringer bead, cap, 7018, everything went okay. The bottom tie-ins, I mean, I could be straighter. I wish it was straighter. The bead's in real nice. It's in there, got one little flat spot down there, so that sucks. But that's the combo test. It'll get you a job. I don't know if it'll win today. Next up, they're gonna have me do a Schedule 10 stainless steel test, 2-inch. It's really common for a weld test company to test you on multiple, because you never know how much, especially in these refineries and stuff, you might be testing and welding on carbon, and the next day you might be going welding some stainless or some 9 chrome. They might have several tests at a testing lab, and you afford to take all of them so that you get certified for everything on the job. Let's do this stainless. I'm gonna get it all fit up and get this guy to buy it off so I can weld it. So they got the 2-inch Schedule 10 set up. They checked the fit. It's purging. You gotta give it a little bit of time to get all that stuff in there. Then we're gonna start putting the root in, and I'll cut these tacks out as I go. Really not really teaching welding other than just what to expect when you're going to take a weld test at a testing facility like this. We're gonna switch back to my Outlaw leather hood. We got the Outlaw leather people here. Hey, y'all look alive, look alive. All right, let's weld this thing. Make sure you got that fresh tungsten. Love argon. When it comes to welding this stuff, argon, argon, argon. Not mine, I don't pay for it. Peel back that first little bit. Bump up this purge a little. That ought to get it filled quicker. I'm gonna pump it down, and then I'm gonna go double check my amperage. I'm gonna be running somewhere around 55, 60. I'm glad I turned that down a little because it was way up. It was way, way, way up. Don't want a lot of flow coming out. You wanna feel it, but if you feel too much, you're gonna be pushing your own bead out. That's silly. We're gonna freehand this. I can't tell if this is too hot or not. Stuck that tungsten. It looks like we're a little hot too. It's okay to put a little bit in and then check, make sure your purge is in there. It sucks to weld and then realize that your purge is gone. And yes, we're not supposed to use the same grinding disc we used on the previous test, but this isn't going to be put into production, so I'm going to feather this with the grinding disc. If you're feathering stainless with a purge, close it back up. That grinder puts a bunch of air in there. Got to go down to the river, down the shore, making the smoke till I can't drink no more. Woo! Gas, gas, gas. Now we wait. Wait for that purge. Make sure you cut any contaminated ends, switch tungsten, everything that just messed up. It's no longer what you want to be using. Rookie mistakes, but we all make them. I'm not the best at this stainless stuff, but it's going. I pulled out my wire out of the gas shield and put it back in. That was done. Poke at it, see if it comes off. Gap's getting real tight. Tight. Hey, you had like a little saw blade, didn't you? Yep. Let me borrow that. You can get a lot of burrs on when you're cutting out tacks. I got to cut out all these tacks that I put in. I bridge tacked them. Stainless needs that purge, and so I had that sugar on them. So we use this little reciprocating saw blade. It gets in that crack, deburrs anything you need.
I see you walking around helping somebody your vehicle over there.
Yeah, I didn't realize who we were playing with today, but if anyone wants to learn something, man, that's all we're about. Put that tape back on. I got that burr. Don't have a cutoff wheel, which I'd like. We're gonna go ahead and cut some of this wire. Got that purge in there still, so just keep trucking. Now really watch it keyhole. Fire, fire, fire! I'm glad Jeremiah brought a saw blade. We'll bump it up just a hair. Good job, good job. We'll put a little tape on it. Got half the bead in it, not very fast. It's stainless.
I never ran 70-18 on pipe. Would you rather go up like this or down?
Always bottom to top, 332 rod, 90 amps. Okay, try to do stringer bead. You got a 1/8 rod right here. Oh wait, no, that's 332. 85, 90 amps.
85, 90 amps?
Yep. Make sure they switch it over for you.
Yeah, I can switch it.
Okay, good. Put it on soft and all that good stuff. Yeah. Always bottom to top. It's kind of comfy. I just got the bead in, so now you've got to do that hold point and take a look at the root. It wasn't my best, man. It got a little wiggly.
Oh, let's see what we got. Not too bad.
It's not too bad, but it's not my favorite.
Watch your, watch where you at right here. With your top. Make sure you don't piss on it.
Make sure I don't what?
Piss on it.
Okay.
Doesn't matter, everything looks decent.
All right.
It's all in there.
It is, yeah, it's something. All right, now we can wiggle a hot pass in there. We'll let it purge for a second. We'll go turn my machine up. I'm gonna run it at about 125. I got some like very small issues on the root, so see if turning it up and kind of washing it would help smooth it up. Just gonna add just a little bit of filler. Got a mess over here. Gee whiz. Got that argon blasting, bro. Tuck this in a little bit more and try to wiggle faster. It wasn't even on. Oh no, it is. It's all right. All right, it is all the way flush. And the plan now, this is some thin stainless. If you want any color on this, you gotta let it cool off. We're gonna let it cool off and we're gonna put a 1 bead cap on it. I'm fixing to cap this schedule 10 2-inch. Before I cap everything, I gotta wait the whole time is all waiting to cap to let it cool off. I want to be able to grab this pipe with my bare hand comfortably. I want to hold it. I want to just be able to nuzzle it, snuggle it. If it's too hot, I can't cap it yet. If I want some color on this 2-inch, got to be patient. Pitter patter, let's cap her. We're going to blast some argon. I'm going to use, I don't know if I want a 1/8 or not. I don't want the 1/8. Like 100 amps. All right, no stopping. It's a goal. No color. We're gonna brush it. I can't brush it enough before the inspector comes over to see that I got it so gray. Brush the ugly off of it. You gonna smoke my Sharpie?
Yeah. 1 bead or 2 bead on the cap?
I was told that the 1 bead trumps the 2 bead. I brushed the ugly off of it, but
You're not supposed to, but
it was gray.
they didn't specify. So that's what I thought it was.
Give y'all a closer look at my brush the color off, because like I said, I didn't really get a whole lot, but it was pretty gray. But as far as the weld, it's on there with just a smidge of undercut here and there. Again, this isn't my specialty, and I haven't done it in so long. There's the root. There's still a couple cold wires. Not super proud of this, but it is what it is, and it might get you a job, maybe. Might have to try again. That's a wrap for me. I'm gonna go ahead and get my boots cleaned up. I'll probably walk around, maybe help some of these other guys that are just kind of doing it for the first time. We'll go check on Hunter too to see how his test is doing. Hunter, how'd it go?
Well, I think it went pretty all right.
You did the 6-inch bell hole and a 6-on-6 branch.
Yes, sir.
They made you do a 12 last time.
No, it was
last 6-on-6.
Yeah, last time it was 6-on-6. So
how fast do you think you did that 6-inch?
Honestly, I don't even know. I didn't even ask the judge.
I didn't ask for the times, but it should have skated in pretty all right.
Mm-hmm.
Think it went well?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They were doing some judging back here as far as what they were doing. I honestly thought I was going to beat him to the punch and get him while he was still welding, but you smoked it, man.
I told you I was gonna be fast.
Yeah, it was. So now we just hang out, man.
Yeah.
Hang out and see if we won any money.
Yeah, for sure. If nothing else, at least we get to hang out and drink some bourbon.
Hell yeah. Got the weld tube guys, Travis Field over here, looking at all these bell holes and branches. This is yours, Hunter?
Yes, sir.
We'll let you guys say in YouTube. Y'all just chew them apart. Tell them if y'all hate them or love them. He said, oh, give that a peek, eh?
Who's this?
Oh, I don't know.
That one's Moody.
Moody. That's actually the previous winner, yeah?
Looks like he's 72 years old then.
Yeah, 71, 72.
70-year-old welder right there.
71.
Actually, the oldest welder I've ever met was 82 years old. Granddad, he's still pipeline.
How?
82 and still
And he
pipelining.
has life.
You're gonna need a grinder. Ground digger number 2 needed a grinder. It was kind of a tight race, but overall, your second place winner is Austin. You get a grinder. You got a shirt.
Makes sense. It's a straight free for all, man. Just giving back to the community over here at CEM.
Walk away with your head
I'm
up.
going back.
Yeah, ain't no frowns here. They didn't win, but man, look at them. Smiling, straight cheesing.